Cage Nation TV is brought to you by Lion Country's rock station 105.9 Quick Rock. Streaming worldwide at 1059quickrock.com.
Let's go. Welcome to the Cage Nation. Welcome to the Cage Nation. Welcome to the Cage Nation. No one can drop us, no one can stop us. We are the warriors, no one can top us, no one can rock us. We are the warriors, no one can drop us, no one can stop us. We are the warriors, no one can top us, no one can rock us. We are the warriors.
Cage Nation TV, it is Gladiators of the Cage. Gladiators of the Cage 17. Albert Cameron here with Rob, Perfect Attendance Lynn. Rob, we are here in Butler, Pennsylvania, with probably one of the best cards that Butler, Pennsylvania has ever seen. Namely because I think this is MMA's first foray into Butler, Pennsylvania. No?
I don't know the card offhand, but I am certain it's not MMA's first foray into Butler.
Okay, but still, Butler's best. I think it was a fantastic card up and down. We're going to start with the amateur card. We had Ryan Thorne taking on Vince Meng in the opening round, and Vince Meng got the split decision, which I can't say that I agreed with.
It's an amateur fight. You have two guys. There's exchanges back and forth, and you know it's a tough fight to call because do you consider cage pressure to be the deciding factor? Do you consider the flurries that are blocked? You see like a blitz.
Yeah.
How many shots land? Who saw? So you're judging this position. From this side, it looks like hell's being rained down.
Yeah.
From this side, you see a guy blocking, moving, bobbing, weaving.
I think that's what really works out for whenever we come to these fights is you got a bird's eye view, and I'm usually either on the opposite side or like a quarter view from it. From what I saw, Ryan Thorne got the best of strikes, especially in the first, probably half the second round. Vince Meng did.
He was landing well.
Oh, he was.
Meng's fast.
Yeah. He had speed on his hand, but then he pressured up against the cage. He redirected pressure well. I think there was a couple good sweeps in there, and then I find out tonight that on the judges' scorecard, sweeps actually count as much as what takedowns do. It's essentially the same thing. You're reversing momentum and pressure, so sweeps count as much as the takedown does. And
I guess that would stand to make sense because you would consider that aggression. You see, defense on its own
is its own reward.
Yeah, and you do not receive points for defending a submission, defending strikes.
Right.
The reward is that you didn't get your head knocked off or you didn't get submitted.
You submitted, so I think the sweeps may have been.
The sweeps would be aggression.
Yes. So, but Vince Meng got the split decision, and then I'm not going to call him out on it. I'm just going to let it go. Dan Bogan did a great job tonight of ring announcing. As he always does. Going into the next fight in the welterweight, we had Charles Bryan taking on Damon, the Freak of Nature Teal. Damon Teal got the guillotine choke 1 minute 50 seconds into the first round.
It's hard to tell unless you're in the choke to see how tight something is.
Right.
The position at first didn't look like it was going to be in. I'm like, Damon, he's pretty big.
He's very burly for welterweight.
He's doing too many shrugs.
He does like the muscles in
his traps are very large, and I guess that's just an aesthetic standpoint. But why would you want to put pounds into here, maybe somewhere else?
And when it comes to a guillotine choke, especially when it's seated, a couple things can make a big difference. Having your hips shifted one way or another, knee placement, leg placement, so. At times where
he got the tap from it.
He did.
It worked.
He did with 10 seconds left in the fight.
I would have won out.
I would have too.
If I hear that, no, you wouldn't have. Shut up.
Would have won out?
You would have tapped.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would have tapped.
Yeah, no, I would.
Oh, you're saying you wouldn't have tapped? I would have tapped.
No.
I would have tapped. I can't condemn that whatsoever.
Coaches have put me out too many times. You hear that gunk, gunk, gunk. Might as well just take a nap until the bell.
I would have tapped. Middleweight bout, Lucas Keeler versus Mark Sesta. And that had Lucas Keeler winning the unanimous decision. That was another one I did not agree with.
I can't say I disagreed with it.
Yeah. Mark Sesta, there was a point...
He was upset, when it was red.
Well, there was a part where Sesta took an illegal blow to the head. And... Bill Bookwater had him checked out.
That physical the doctor gave him, was he applying for a job?
Well, every doctor's different.
Yeah, and I get it, and it was right under me.
Right.
and you have two strong guys striking each other. I'm sure you get hit in the temple in the ground. It's not good.
Yeah.
And it caught him clean.
It did.
But it was like
it was very thorough, and I think with that thorough examination data, it caused a little bit of concern amongst. Certainly, I was kind of concerned. I'm sure other members of the crowd were. How injured is he? Is he okay? Like, it was an illegal blow.
His opponent's corner was using that as momentum.
Oh yeah.
He's saying, look, he doesn't want to be there with you. Look at him getting this exam. Sestog wasn't doing anything wrong. He's obeying the commands of the officials in the dark.
Round one, I had Sestog had a nice counter striking, but Blue ended the round, or Keeler ended the round with a nice guillotine. Sometimes ending the round in a strong position like that can award you the round. Round two, Sestog was dominant, but again, Keeler ended the round in an armbar position, which again, sometimes those finishes can give you the round advantage. And then round three was he got the illegal blow, but I thought Sestog ended the round a lot more dominant. So I guess now I'm kind of talking myself into believing that no, Keeler really did have to fight the entire time.
I had it 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Middleweight belt. Sean McSherry versus Jeremy Sakuda. Last time I think we saw Jeremy Sakuda won, there was a robbery in the middle of the cage.
Well, there's no...
No, it was vindicated tonight.
He put a beating on him.
Unanimous decision for Sakuda. Bloody nose.
Bad. And now, it was interesting. We had a discussion with Bill earlier, and I was like, he didn't like getting his nose popped like that. And then, Bill was like, well, who does like getting hit? And he's absolutely right. People don't like getting hit. I mean, there probably is some sicko out there that, beat me like one of your French girls, Jack. Seriously, and it makes sense. There are some people that, they do warm up after a couple strikes and all that, but early on,
almost like the fog's lifted. You get him a little more clarity after getting tagged one.
Yeah, but his nose got smashed pretty good early, and he's bleeding out. And I don't know if it's broken or not. You poke me with the pillow, I bleed. But a lot of blood, and you can see every time Sakuda would come in with a strike, you can see him wince and covering up and shooting far away.
Bloody nose creates a bright red target.
And then his corner's telling him to blow his nose. I'm thinking, no, you don't. You don't blow your nose when you're...
It's going to remove that clot and it's going to bleed even more.
Oh, man. But, you can't say anything. You're media. You just have to bite your...
Exactly. Jeremy Sakuda got the unanimous decision, I think.
Well-deserved, well-earned.
Very well, especially because he should have had a unanimous decision over David Shim. I keep harping on it, I'm still offended by it.
How can you not be?
Exactly. So then we got into the advanced amateur portion, which all of the advanced amateur fights were title fights, including the bantamweight title fight between Dalton Brady and Jason Alexander, which ended with a round two guillotine choke in 56 seconds by Dalton Brady. And Alexander scored nicely with a big slam. I thought he was winning the fight. He certainly had round one in my opinion. And then round two, he opened up with a nice tag. Just a nice pop.
I feel like he's going to hit me.
I'm not going to hit Rob. But then Dalton turned around and got the guillotine. And then I think it turned into a debate was it a guillotine? Was it a Darce choke? Was it an anaconda choke? Was it some other jiu-jitsu choke that has a different name depending on what state you're in and what time zone it is? The official decision was guillotine choke. I heard anaconda. I've also seen it called a Darce. It was a choke. It was effective. So then after that, we had the welterweight title fight between Corey Vale and Garrett Dush in a fight that in my opinion, was fight of the night. I really think that fight took it. And round one was back and forth takedowns with Vale really controlling most of it. He scored a takedown, he started flirting, he started throwing punches.
Yeah, definitely.
Dush was responding well enough to not have the fight stop.
Yeah.
And then round two was a huge flash knockout.
Yeah. Oh, the photo. I hope.
I hope you do too.
I don't like to talk about him before I get him on the computer, but I'm pretty sure I got the hand on the mouth as he's going.
It was almost like a cartoon knockout.
Yeah.
Like he scored with the overhand,
he
right?
It's the flash knockdown, and
I think it was a knockout. I mean, you see the expression on the guy's face.
Are you a damn doctor?
No, I'm completely speculating.
So shut your mouth.
Okay.
No, I'm teasing. He hits the ground, but he was moving. He was reacting. He was doing
recovered
enough.
well.
He was doing enough to not get the fight started.
Yes.
And
then Corey Vale got the round two rear naked choke. Last thing I want to touch upon about that knockout was he fell sideways. Like, he almost like we're waiting for someone to yell timber, because that's the way he was falling.
Yeah, that's because he's like 90 feet tall.
He was tall. Vale did a very good job of neutralizing the
I bet you
Dutch's
couldn't
reach
dunk on
advantage.
him.
No.
I bet
Fight
you
number
couldn't
7.
dunk on me.
No, I wouldn't. No. I've got so much gravity working against me that no, I couldn't do it.
I don't like to make kind of comments like that about people.
It's okay. I like to take them away from people. That's what I do.
It's not nice to do that. You shouldn't. It's not nice to shame people. Okay, Albert?
Fight number 7, we had a heavyweight title fight in the advanced amateur division. Chris Arau.
These are my friends. Shamers.
Steve Arau versus Steve Murray. Murray had control of the fight round 1. Round 2, I think he still had control, and then he finished the fight round 2 in a minute 37 with the Americana, and that Americana was sick. Steve Murray, I was talking to.
Maybe, okay, you seem to remember all this stuff a lot better than me.
Okay.
I am 100% confident I had him on a fight card I put together. Do you remember that? CDMMA 2. Did I have him on the card?
No.
I know that I was.
I've seen Murray fight before, but it wasn't for CDMMA.
I was certain I had tried to put him on a card, or maybe I did, and his opponent.
That's possible. Because CDMMA 2 had heavyweights. It was Clark Young and Adam Smith Urban.
Damn, I thought for sure.
No,
It just shows you I'm getting senile in my old age.
Murray had the Americana lock. I was talking to a technical expert during the fight, and he said, like, watch out for this kid. He likes to get the big guys down.
You know what we got to say about those technical experts?
What?
I don't know. I know who it is, and I'm not saying a word.
I'm not either.
He'll tear me up.
Yes, you will.
No, he won't. I got it.
Hey, you gotta be confident in yourself 100% of the time.
100%.
Out of 100 fights, you win those 100 fights, right?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But
And he's the one that gave me that mindset.
there you go.
Yeah.
But he said, watch out for this kid. He likes to get the big boys down. He likes to take side control.
Definitely.
And he likes to hunt for those kimuras.
Wait till you see the picture. I have a picture of how far back that hand is. That hand is like here.
Oh, yeah.
And oh damn.
It was vicious.
Oh.
And
I would have tapped a lot sooner.
Arau got gassed early.
Yeah.
The mouthpiece kind of hanging out. He was trying to throw flurry punches, and Murray did a good job of keeping his own pace and keeping his gas tank in check. And I think when it comes down to it, once that fight hit the ground, that last flurry, I think conditioning played a lot to it.
I'm speaking out of turn. That's not the.
You're thinking
lock. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm ahead of myself, but I do have a photo.
The Kimura lock that Murray won
Yes.
almost looked like a straight arm lock.
Yes. And I remember I was having a discussion with Willett about why it's called a Kimura lock.
Yeah. Which would be Kimura beating Helio Gracie with it.
You're saying this all wrong. You have to say Masahiko Kimura, one of the greatest judoka of all time.
Yes. He
Broke
defeated
Helio Gracie's elbow.
Helio Gracie.
Not that broke his elbow.
Was it the elbow? I thought it was the.
He broke his elbow and he put him to sleep. You need to say it as it is. And as an honor to the Japanese and the judoka,
Yeah.
we called it.
There we go. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk about the pro portion of the card.
And we're going to see how long it can go without sack tapping Albert.
God. It's Cage Station TV. We'll be back. Cage Nation TV, it is an honor when we get to talk to guys in very important places, especially when they're really, really nice and they put together a fantastic product. Mr. Robert Joseph, the CEO, the chairman of the board, the president of Epic Leap Entertainment, and Gladiators the Cage. Robert, congratulations on a great show tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, it was our second show in Butler and another successful show in Butler. The first one we had was at the Days Inn a couple years ago, and I think this community was hungry again for us to come back, and we brought it back, and they brought a big crowd.
Now, Robert, I think one of the things that you guys are doing as a Pittsburgh promotion is you guys are aggressively expanding out.
That is correct.
Which I think is fantastic. It's getting new fans in. It's also keeping existing fans current. What's our next expansion plans you guys got?
Well, we do have expansion plans. We do have plans to go back to Cheswick, of course, which was Shriners. It was a very successful show. The Shriners loved what we did there, so they've asked us to come back, so we're coming back to Shriners. That's where Mike Wilkins is going to be fighting, Rob Hanna for the main event. Dominic Zada's going to be on the card. We got Jamie Driver making a pro debut on the card. So we got a great pro card so far lined up. We've got a couple of good amateurs on there yet. We haven't sealed the deals yet, but they're pretty good. We also have plans to maybe expansion, maybe doing a Ohio show.
Okay. Another trip to the Roxino?
No, it won't be the Roxino. It'll be somewhere. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
But we'll be going back to Ohio hopefully here within the near future. And then again, maybe back here to Butler since it did fairly well here and the people loved it. Sure. And then and Stage A, of course, we have plans to go back to Stage A.
Now, Robert, I'm not asking for Business Insider secrets, but it is no secret that Pennsylvania has a very good stable of amateur fighters. Who are amateur fighters always come in, they always give all they've got, and then our women fights. How does the premier promoter keep finding these amateurs who are willing to come in and just give their all?
It's tough. I mean, you gotta give them some incentive. You gotta put on a good show. They won't want to fight on a good show. And we got good shows in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
Not just Gladiators and Cage, but we got good shows in Pittsburgh. So we're giving them great venues, places to be. So they want to come. Corey Bell, for example, from New York, fought tonight. And he must have had 20 fans here tonight, all the way from New York. So when you give them a good fight, good opportunity, it gives them opportunities to further their career, they will come. So and then you just continue to try to get your local guys because they all want to fight in their backyard. So
absolutely,
you give them a good show to fight on.
Fantastic. Now, Robert, title picture: Wilkins versus Hanna is going to be a title fight.
Yes.
Okay.
155.
155. That 155 is a really solid division here in Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
Who do you see being contenders if Wilkins is able to get through Hanna? Who do we see possibly be contenders coming up?
The biggest one I'd like to get when he comes back from his Olympic hiatus is Beksad Abdurrahman.
Yes.
So he will definitely be a number one contender for my title when he's ready to come back. But he's not the only 155er out there. Great 155er. There's also Ohio guys that are more than worthy of coming in here and fighting for that 155 title. So
guys who have fight in the NAFS.
Absolutely, and they've been contacting us. They know our organization's a good one, and they want to fight here. So we got not only Pennsylvania contenders, but we got some good Ohio contenders that are looking at that. Whoever wins it, whether it be Rob Hanna or Mike Wilkins, they're already looking at it and saying, I want that too. So
fantastic.
And you can see how excited the amateurs were. Maury winning his, he runs out of the stage into his crowd and everything. So, these titles mean a lot to these guys, right up to the amateurs.
They really do. Ladies and gentlemen, Robert Joseph is one of the guys who brought you UFC middleweight Chris Dempsey. I mean, Chris Dempsey earned his chops on the Gladiators of the Cage.
And he was here tonight.
And he was here tonight. Yep. He was here tonight. So whenever UFC fans are wondering, like, where the next great superstars coming from, they're coming from Pittsburgh. They're coming from Butler. They're coming from New York and Ohio.
We had Dan Spawn on here tonight. So I mean, you can see that Dan Spawn was already made kind of a little bit of some noise with the UFC.
Sure.
So I don't see him not continuing that. So people who saw Dan Spawn tonight might be seeing him on TV here in the future.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking, classy business person, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Joseph. Thank you so much, sir. We're looking forward to the next Gladiators in the Cage fight. This is the man bringing it to you.
Thank you.
Planet Aries Records. Independent music from our amps to your ears.
Cage Nation TV, Albert Cameron, again here with Rob Lynn. Rob, a very interesting fact that just came up.
What's the fact that just came up?
Steve Arell, who lost to Steve Maury, was a veteran. And I know that the Gladiators in Cage did a lot of honoring veterans here today because today was the anniversary of V-Day? D-Day.
D-Day.
Storming of Normandy.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to get that correct, but I don't know the name. The Wounded Warrior Walk.
Yes.
That's what's going on here.
Yeah.
I was speaking.
They gave away free beer today.
They were giving away free beer. Didn't ask anything, but if you could donate,
yes,
they would take it and they would donate money for the veterans. And I was told a number that they raised. I don't want to say because I'm not sure if I remember correctly. However, it's a good number for the people. Good work for the veterans.
We got the Wounded Warrior, the 2015 PA Hero Walk is June 14th through the 27th, 2015. And we're going to put the information up online on our Facebook and CageNationTV.com.
Great people.
Oh, fantastic people. I mean, there were so many folks who
I can't
said-
believe we almost forgot to say something about that. That would have been heresy.
That would have been awful if we would have
Yeah.
forgotten that. So I'm glad that we were reminded about that. Pro portion of the card. Catch weight, balloted 147 pounds. Matt DiMarcantonio versus Francis Healy.
This is
And
the
probably-
Kimura I'm talking about.
Wow.
I can't do it.
To be honest with you,
I can demonstrate on Albert if
please
needed.
Don't. Please don't. I am totally guilty of underestimating.
Well, let's talk about how he gets here. Okay, Healy's pressuring him.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce the guy's name. He starts working it, and then you see Healy abandon everything else. It's like, shit, I got to be concerned about my arm.
Yeah.
And then they hit the ground, and then before you know it, and Healy's tough. I mean, you look at him, he's a physical specimen.
All I was gonna say, I'm really guilty of underestimating DiMarcantonio. And I said, oh man, I hope he's got great reach or something that's gonna neutralize Healy's wrestling, because
Healy's big, he's strong, and he's a good wrestler.
typically Healy will run through a guy. And no, not even close.
And you can see him visibly in pain after the fight. You know, you feel bad. I've had shoulder surgery.
Well,
it sucks.
from-
So I hope he didn't have a lasting injury.
The section of cage just came down. I was watching from that angle, and when Healy's got his back,
No one likes a bragger.
well, when they got their back, when Healy has his back to where I'm at, you can see the visible like deformation in the shoulder area. Like
It
something.
didn't look happy.
No, something was torn, something was wrecked, something was really, really bad.
Again, we have Dr. Dingleberry over here speculating again.
Dr.
I don't
Dingle.
think he's paid his malpractice premium.
Nope.
You're getting shut down.
Main event of the evening. Daniel Spawn versus Lewis the Beast Rumsey.
Dragon Spawn.
Dragon Spawn. I like that.
That's what his nickname is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, I get the reference. I think it's
So, okay, you have a heavyweight fight, and a lot of times,
well, this is light heavy.
light heavyweight, well, heavyweight, light heavyweight,
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot more pressure.
Yes.
You're going to see guys tire a little bit quicker.
Yeah. You're also
It
gonna see
was a
them.
grinding fight.
Oh yeah, and both the gas tanks help as well. When you get into heavier fights, you get the more opportunity. If it's gonna be a slower fight, it's gonna be a slower pace fight. Guys are gonna start getting into energy conservation,
Correct.
to try to get them through all 3 rounds. But you're also gonna see the potential for heavier shots. Rumsey and Spawn were both not afraid to throw strikes.
No.
They were both happy to throw. Both these guys were very, very comfortable on the ground. In the really early part of round 1, Lewis Rumsey was actually lifted off the ground by his neck.
Did you see they both had first round guillotine attempts?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's crazy.
And they were deep, they were tight. I mean, it
I
could
would have tapped. I've rolled with Rumsey before,
Okay.
and it wasn't fun.
I can imagine it won. Rumsey's a pro grappling league veteran.
Yeah, I bet.
And like you see Rumsey's
He
fight.
laughed when we were grappling. I'm like, what? I had a leg lock on him, and I go to roll for it. He's just laughing, and he's like, hamstring curl, and I'm like, no, that's not right. You know, granted, I'm a lot lighter. At the time, I think I was like 145, 150 pounds.
Okay.
But that's no excuse. I had a pretty good leg lock, and
I remember when I weighed 145 pounds,
No, you
second
don't.
grade was awesome. Round 2, I think Rumsey had Spawn.
you came out of the womb with teeth and a full head of hair.
I did.
Like a demon baby.
I did.
Oh.
Which, by the way, happy birthday, Mom. My mom's birthday is June 7th. Happy birthday, Rob Lynn.
You take that back. My birthday's not until tomorrow.
Well, by the time this gets edited and mixed,
It'll be February.
But happy birthday, buddy. And happy birthday, my mom, who had a 10-pound, 3-ounce baby boy with teeth and hair and
A demon.
a demon baby, indeed.
Happy birthday to you with that.
Round 3, I think what impressed me the most about the fight was Spawn did look a little rocked in round 2, but he came back in round 3, pressuring, throwing strikes. Rumsey was answering, Rumsey was replying. When the 10-second indicator alarmed, both these guys went into flurry mode and just started throwing, whatever. And that's
You have to, because neither of them was sure they had the fight.
exactly. But I mean, how many times don't we watch pro fights, especially on pay-per-view and large promotions? You just not see like, oh, they just didn't give it their all, they didn't leave it all. I can't say that Spawn and Rumsey did not leave.
Oh, they were so
exactly. They were, but they left everything they had in the cage. So
Yeah, great night of fights.
Daniel Spawn, unanimous decision in the main event. Gladiators the cage. Again, Dan Bogan, one of the best ring announcers in this industry. who showed me something on paper that I don't ever want to see again.
It was Stone Cold Steve Austin's scrote.
Not just scrote, like there was.
Now people are going to wonder, why does Dan Bogan have a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin's testicles?
I don't know, Dan.
It's only one testicle.
That's something you got to live with now.
We'll answer that on the next Cage Nation episode.
That young lady has a hole in her armpit. For sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Day it'll whistle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Lynn, perfect attendance, has not missed a fight since he joined us over a year ago.
I may be missing the August 22nd card though.
It's first
Photograph in a wedding. I have a valid excuse.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. We want to thank Robert Joseph, Scott Bedden, Josh Cromer, Sam Squatch, everyone here with the Gladiators of the Cage Epic Leap Entertainment crew, who always makes us feel really, really welcome, who consistently puts on great fight cards.
PA Wounded Warrior Walk for everything they've done for the veterans tonight.
Exactly.
I know we're past Memorial Day and all that. We're into the next month, but I think it's a pretty good time. Honor the veterans. Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a reason why we're able to enjoy the freedoms we do. That I'm able to go into Google and look whatever I want without the government saying, "Oh no, you can't Google that."
Yeah.
And it really.
There's a reason that you're not speaking German today, and it's
Right.
not because you don't know German.
Right. Exactly right. So it's kind of a heavy meditation, but from all of us, thank you. And thanks to everyone to the Wounded Warrior Walk who came out to help support a huge cause. Albert Cameron, Rob Lynn, it's Cage Nation TV. It has been Gladiators of the Cage 17 here at Butler, Pennsylvania. See you guys later.
Let's go.